All right, there we go. We are live with episode 3 of Deadlands Lost Colony.
Woohoo!
Bef- Woohoo!
Yay!
Before we go too deep into recaps, because oh boy, we got a lot to recap after last week, we're going to do introductions. So we'll do who are you? Where would we know you from? What do you do? Any plugs you need to do? Who is your character? And what is the next thing you plan to do? So starting at doing the classic clockwise, Andy, who is muted.
So, my name is Andy. I am playing Saskia, who's an Anuk shaman, and she's good with healing, not so good with flying around in space. And I work at an animal hospital in Atlanta. I have two sugar gliders, which I sometimes have to go check on because they're insane at night. And then I play here at Jam Table and with Twitch TV GM Hina, and
Oh,
that's
it,
it.
it would help if I unmuted my mic when I say yep. All right. So going next around, we have Shar.
Hello. I'm Charlotte Eargang. I am one half of Eargardless, the other half being Rob, who's right there. And we're a freelance RPG design studio. We do basically everything but writing and art. So if you have those two things, send the rest to us. I'm playing Ranger Darla. She is she's doing great. Everything's good. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Doing good, doing so good. All right.
Doing so good, so good.
Next
Everything's
on our
fine. How are
next,
you?
on- next on our rotation, we have Ron.
Oh, hey, I'm Ron Blessing. I am the community director or community manager. Wow, words are hard. I'm the community manager for Pinnacle Entertainment Group, also known as the director of Well, Actually, according to Gage Verino, and of Gaming with Gage. And I am playing Mason Skurlock, who is a human engineer with what he considers a pragmatic view toward the concept of bravery.
Coward.
And don't ask him about Darla, because he doesn't know.
Oh wow. I mean, we didn't think you knew, but now that you say you don't know when no one asked you. All right. And finally, we have Rob.
Hey, I'm Rob. I played
Dark Star, Deathbound.
the breaker of the team, and I have no idea what happened to Darla, literally. And I'm curious what happened, why she has a piece of crystal sticking out of her chest last we saw. But that's about it. I am the other half, regardless, and that's about it for me.
Awesome. So if you are new here, or even if you've been hanging around, we got all the ways you can get involved because on top of me being able to give bennies, which is part of Savage Worlds, you can give bennies. You can tip to give bennies, as we actually saw with Clyde. If you guys missed it, everybody gets a benny because Clyde just
Yay! Thanks,
dropped.
Clyde.
It made it rain bennies for everybody. But any tip of 100 bits or more gives one player a Benny. Any tip of 500 or more gives one player conviction, which is a special rule in the new edition of Savage Worlds Adventures Edition, which lets you add a d6 to any roll. It's very, very powerful. If you are to subscribe, which includes free subscriptions if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get to give everybody conviction except me as the GM because that's just me. But on top of that, because we're continually spouting things to get involved, it's getting more and more confusing and convoluted, thanks, Twitch. But we fully have channel points active. We've had them running for about the last 2 weeks and haven't really announced it. But Last week, we had a few people use them, and it turns out Twitch doesn't really alert you to them. So we have 2 floating bennies from Rebatron Prime, where if he ends up in chat or if he's already here, he can tell us where they go. If not, I'm just going to make him table bennies for if everybody runs out. But we now have alerts fixed through a lot of shenanigans. So anyone who does use Twitch's channel points feature, which you can check out, you can do ! rewards. It'll give you everything you need to know. You can do that, and it should actually work this week. So let's be hopeful for that. On top of that, as I said, I have bennies to give out now. It doesn't sound that good if they just stay in a stack. But we're trying a new setup where every sub we currently have at the beginning of a stream adds bennies to the GM pot. We currently have 13 subs, so I have up to 13 bennies to give out, which seems like a lot till things go very sideways. So with that, I will say, since I can now give out bennies, who wants to recap last week for a benny? And it actually can't be Andy because he wasn't here.
Ah,
I have no idea what happened, so I'm really interested.
you don't watch our show when you can watch it again on youtube.com/I don't know. Bobby, tell me what it's called.
The GM play.
It is youtube.com/ a whole bunch of stuff, because we don't have a custom URL because it's a very new channel yet. But in the tabs down below in our channel, there's one called our episode archive, I believe, which will take you right to that YouTube channel.
Isn't that
So-
legally the dibbly-doo or something like that?
That
Oh,
is when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
on YouTube. It is the doobly-doo.
Doobly-doo, that's right.
And that is only legal if Matt Colville is your grand judge, at which point, yes. But otherwise, we simply adopt it because we are disciples.
I
But-
don't feel like I talk fast enough to be able to use anything Matt Koval says. Like, I can't keep up with that man, so he's too good.
But yeah, so who is wanting to do a recap as I tweet out that we're live, because I don't trust my macro?
I could try this. Last time we were here, we decided to try to make some money by getting some people back to the planet because they all flew off into space because of a giant meteor. We were going to do that, and then we found a guy in our cargo hold with a funky little idol of sorts. And he basically made us stuck on the planet until we got rid of this guy. So now I have to kind of try to remember. We figured out that he stole it, so Darla arrested him, and we went off and went to throw him in jail, and figured out that he got the idol from the bank. He stole it from a bank, which is a good reason to go to jail, I think.
Deserved it.
He deserved it. He had it coming a long time ago. So we returned it to the bank, and then got summoned back to the jail because said person had gone slightly mental and had decorated his cell with his innards. We realized that we shouldn't leave that idol in the bank. Looked around, found it in our own pockets, even though we left it there, which was creepier than the innards, I think. So we ended up going to the place that we had been spiritually told it's from, which is Continent 2, and went off to drop it off in the temple. In said temple, we found a scary beast. We tried to kill said scary beast, and that went, I think, decently until Darla kind of had a little incident.
Is this the gem in her chest incident?
Until,
That,
per
uh,
usual, a critical failure completely changed the campaign.
Yeah.
Yes.
As trying to put the idol on the pedestal, she critically failed, slip, fell, impaled the idol into her chest on the pedestal, exploded with energy. Hey, it made the beast run away.
Good.
It's
As
good. Yeah.
where we ended, Mason had run to catch Darla, realizing her heart had stopped, You didn't feel her heart start again, but her eyes open.
Oh, that's just weird.
The last thing I said to her before the session ended was that I would keep her secret.
Yes.
What secret?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what
So
any of
I just want to say, like, now I'm a crystal gem, and I'm here to save the day.
Is there going to be singing?
hmm
Cool.
Probably dancing. Lots of beams shooting out of places.
This is
Oh,
where we
no.
find out their friendship is magic.
Yes,
That's a different franchise, Ron. God, keep up.
but I like that one too.
Yeah.
Is Rob's mic like going buh, 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 to anybody else?
I think so.
Okay, I was like, where's it
Hey,
just?
let me move it slightly. How's this?
So far, good. It was like every time you lean there. Yeah, much better.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just like, as you're talking, it was like, boo, 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 boo.
That's a
It's so-
special effect. I paid
Yeah.
extra for that.
Oh, glad you paid extra. All right. So we open on you guys kind of hurriedly making your way back to the ship. Your pilot and the fifth owner of the ship, you find passed out drunk outside of the ship. You are muted, Ron.
That's like a theme with this ship, isn't it? If you leave anyone unattended, they're passed out drunk when you come back.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like the national pastime on Banshee, is to pass out drunk.
Maria's
Well,
not just a
there's not a
ghost;
lot
she's a
better to
ghost with a
do.
beer funnel.
There's no TV here.
This is true. But yeah, so your guys' pilot, or who would claim to be your pilot, is completely passed out drunk. Darla, I believe when you wake up from that situation, you no longer have any wounds. So,
Yeah, I'm good.
if I remember correctly.
I might still have some spine sticking out of my back, but I don't have any wounds.
Yeah. With that, what do you guys want to do? I'm assuming you're going to take off and leave. If that's the case, someone just has to take over the helm and give me a pilot.
And I feel like Saskia would examine Darla.
Because they say, oh, don't worry, you're not. They have to get to you, Saskia. They left
Oh,
without
okay,
you.
gotcha.
We had you off dealing with a Nook tribal business.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, never mind.
Oh no, it's fine.
I am going to try some piloting. Go me.
All right.
By the way, when I get him out, I normally I could just fly from the co-pilot's chair, but I instead ingloriously dump him out of the chair.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah.
So piloting -2 for that handling because this thing is rough.
Yes, we're flying the SSPOS.
But it's our POS.
So I ended up with a 3 after the.
All right. So
after the
you're
thing.
gonna get airborne. You're gonna start lifting off. Why am I looking in there for things? However, you're gonna hit some trees on the way out because you were landed in the jungle of 2, which is some pretty thick area. Wow, and this is where boxcars happen. All right. 23. You have a toughness of 24. Okay, cool. You really scratched the paint, which is actually more rust than paint, but you're good. I was
We've
worried
got
when
this great chalkboard sound.
yeah, it's just
Is it Rust-Oleum brand?
Cannot believe he parked there. What an idiot.
as you're flying away, you're saying that like the camera pans back, you see a perfectly clear shot to pull out in the other direction. Because he came in and you never pivoted. You just
So you just
All
like flew out forward.
So here's the thing. Ron, you won't need to make rolls for this given the info you know, But if you were to check the scanners, there is a total of 7 crew on board.
That's
So
still
there should be 5. Okay.
It's fair to assume Maria's probably being
6, and then I see. All right, fun. So I am way disturbed by this, and I make sure that that monitor is not turned on when people come up into the cockpit.
Yeah. I mean, it's not
Because,
like a big thing, but it's like within the readouts.
Sure, yeah.
It's like
And I'm
current crew and passenger totals 7.
yeah.
I'm still the captain.
Yes,
That's right.
Captain.
In the back of
Remain.
your head. Yes, you are, darling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can somebody
lead
help
on.
me get these spines out? It's really hard to sit.
You were saying spine. I thought you got hurt so bad your spine was sticking out, but you're talking about the
Oh, yeah.
spines the creature threw. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, yeah. I was right there with you.
I thought you were talking about like a Sub-Zero fatality.
Fatality.
Me too.
All right. So, you guys, I assume you're going to head back to Temptation.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to Temptation, and when we land, I am going to try to hack the system to not show that one type of life form
All
on our ship.
right. Give me a hacking roll.
All right.
As you do. And we're going to assume this is probably going to take several hours. So the ship's going to land.
I'm probably doing it while we're. Yeah.
Mason's going to be like, we need diagnostics because you do go like 1,000 miles per hour. So you get to Temptation relatively quickly.
You said -2?
No, that's just for piloting. That's the ship's handling.
Okay. So I got a 6.
Cool. So while Mason is doing that, because it's going to take a few hours, when you guys first land in Temptation, is anyone else doing anything? You guys did go to a black city and had this weird Anouk idol. You may want to get in touch with Saskia.
How to do Anouk have like radios, cell phones, computers?
Nope, you would have to trek out.
What happened?
Smoke signal.
I remember putting the thing on the pedestal. What did it even do?
I can't say I remember either as a player.
As a
Actually, what happened there?
But yeah, so Darla's trying to figure that out. Seems like everybody's clueless, and the one who isn't ain't talking. Is there, while Mason's doing diagnosis, is there anything else you guys want to do? Or are you gonna wait for the ship to be up and flying to go get Saskia? And if there's anything else you want to do while the ship's on ground.
Is she a flight away, or is she?
You could travel. It would just probably take a couple hours because you gotta leave city, go far enough that the Anouk would be like probably consider themselves safe. I mean, if you rent a horse or get a hold of a horse, it'll be a heck of a lot shorter.
I'm just worried about our fuel cost and
Nope.
my investment in this wonderful vessel.
Good to have priorities.
No, money don't grow on trees, though.
True story.
Yeah, because with like coasting around looking for a landing spot, landing, taking off, intercontinental trips, you've probably used basically a day's worth of fuel for last week.
That much? That's worse than I thought.
You're gonna be using a lot more fuel terrestrially than up in space. You gotta deal with this stuff like gravity and inertia.
Ugh, stupid gravity.
I'm going to channel my inner Dutchman and then suggest that we rent some horses and save a couple bucks because this thing needs some more repairs, and we're not getting any richer not making money getting people out of space.
Right.
This much is true.
I
So
want to stop home and change. Take a shower, maybe a space shower.
space shower, I think that's fair.
We need a space shower in space.
Hmm.
Yeah.
A
This is
terrestrial
me
space shower.
smelling worse than I already did. It's good for my image, so I'm good.
I
Wow.
just have a lot of blood going on,
All
and
right. So,
making
Mason, while all this is happening, you successfully override the readouts. From the best you can tell, it seems to be reading the correct number of people on board now. However, that means it's also no longer reading Maria.
Okay.
Take
Yay.
this a good thing or bad thing?
It's a thing.
I accept those terms.
All right. So you guys go recoup. Some people take terrestrial space showers. All right. Uh, who's looking to rent horses? Rob?
Oh, I
Good,
will
you
take
were?
care of this. I have
Yeah.
negotiation skills,
Nice. Yeah.
and by that I mean I scare people shitless, and then get a bargain.
Uh, I would suggest that we see if we can borrow some from the ranger station. Maybe you can negotiate that.
I mean, you should be able to get those for free, right? But
Well, I
you're
can get
busy.
mine for free. Probably.
Maybe I can find the guy that I scared last time. Do it again.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Yeah, you can do that. Uh, I'll just say you find him. It's a small enough community still right now before you get people back. You know the station he works at. So
Yeah.
there's several, deputy rangers working there, and one's just,
Yeah.
oh God, it's back. As the door swings open and dark scar.
I walk up straight to the guy I talked to last time, and I'd be like,
Hey, Nerdface, how are the interns doing?
Did you just call me nerd face?
Geek face.
That's not better.
I read.
I've read somewhere that it's a lot better. It's a compliment. Used to be a compliment on other planets and stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, he turns to the other guy. He's like, so he just like makes small talk in this? What? Yeah. It's all right. Um, yeah, Deputy Darla's friend. What? What do you need? You don't got another prisoner that's gonna stain all our grout, do you?
Oh no, we're gonna do you a big favor and not bring anyone here for a bit. But in exchange, could we borrow a couple horses?
We're not just stables. I mean, if
You're also prison and you take intestines off of walls.
yeah, I mean, look into the history of prisons. That's not that uncommon. But I mean, is this something Darla needs for like a job or a mission? Because like, there's requisition forms as he kind of gestures to like paperwork.
Is
Like,
Yeah,
hey
there-
she
guys,
said she'd do the she would do the paperwork later. But it was an emergency and we really need him.
oh, God. All right. So who's taking lead, Rob or Mason? It seemed like Rob was the one who initiated. So if he's taking lead, Mason can roll the support.
Yeah.
Let's do that, and then I'll be intimidating, and Mason sounds more like a persuasive.
Oh, it's
person.
100% persuasion on Mason.
Oh well, in that case,
On Mason, he said.
Yeah, on Mason.
So that's a +2 from me.
All right.
sweet.
Wow.
Rolled a 9.
Intimidation. Please bear with me.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
We are experiencing messy dice box. Please hold. All right.
I feel like I need to make a poll that if we ever have Darla, whether or not she has to have a goatee.
If your messy dice box lasts for longer than 4 hours, seek medical attention.
Oh no.
So it's a 7 plus 2.
9. That's a raise.
So basically,
Cease
She's
now.
okay.
Emergency.
Okay. Oh, emergency. All right. Fine. If does this emergency also mean you leave? Because as he's already like working the paper, yeah. We'll put this in
Exactly
her.
means that.
We'll put this in her stack as they shift over, and it appears you're not there, Darla. But the stack they move. There's probably a lot of paperwork for that guy you brought in that painted a cell with himself. So, eventually you're gonna have to hot fuzz it up and montage some paperwork.
and it wasn't even a good painting.
This is amateur. But yeah, they can requisition you 1 horse.
It didn't say red rum on one mirror. Lame.
Well, I think you meant to say 4 horses. 1 and 4 sound a lot alike, so it's a natural mistake. But I think you meant to say 4 horses.
All right, give me another intimidation check. Just flat.
To 4.
All right. Okay. I really just want you to leave. We don't have 4 horses. All right. We got 2. I'll give you both of the horses we have right now.
Good man. So what's your name?
Just bring. Look, I'm really only supposed to be commissioning 1 out for the ranger. Just get him back before sundown tomorrow, because my boss will have my ass. But yeah, you can take them both. I don't care. Just you and
Appreciate it. What's your name?
my name's Steve.
All right, Steve. I'm not going to call you Nerd Fit next time. You're welcome.
Okay. Steve.
All right, so me and Mason are gonna take the horses back to the terrestrial shower installation.
Take her to her little home. We haven't seen where Darla lives. So what kind of situation is Darla living? Like, is this a little house? Is this an apartment? Is this a shack?
So Darla lives in a cute little house, kind of near the edge of town, but not quite in the boonies of town, and also near the their favorite bar. It's really adorable. It's got like a white wrought iron fence, because wood is scarce around here, and iron isn't.
Yeah.
And little curtains on the windows, and but it's also very secure because she's a ranger, and so
Yep.
she's got like alarms set up, and like the windows are like too high to like really climb into, and that sort of thing.
It is the cutest little bunker in town.
It is.
All right. So you guys pull up to this what's sounding almost like a retrofitted bunker that, now has wrought iron that's probably been somewhat crudely painted, or even if it was well painted. You're on Banshee. The heat and the wind will be stripping that pretty quick. Fence around it.
It's like a white picket fence, but
Yeah.
not.
You got little curtains in the bunker windows, stuff like that. So
Do we
what?
just walk in?
I was gonna say that's up to you guys.
I'm gonna knock on the door. Since are there any people around here?
Well, I mean, it really sounded like I'm not downtown, but I'm still next to some good shopping. situation.
Okay.
So
Hey, Darla, you decent?
I'm always decent. That's just the kind of person I am.
is it, darling? Is it really?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna walk straight in.
Click.
I hope that
All
all the mines and the depth charges and stuff are not going to go off.
Mason, have you ever been in Darla's house before? You are muted as well.
No, Mason has not been in this house before. He's like really nervous.
I'm gonna jab Mason and say, "You're gonna love it. It's got a great feng shui."
Not sure what feng shui is.
I've read it somewhere.
Mm.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Darla, when you come out, are you already ready, or is this going to be that super awkward situation where you come out in a towel?
Yeah, she's gonna come out. She's not in a towel, but she's still buttoning up her shirt as she walks out. The last few buttons, you know. Her hair is all wet and like but the shirt is like definitely like not see-through, so you can't see the
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to set you up for lewd. I was trying to set you up for
Oh yeah,
comedy.
no,
Don't you
I
worry.
was just, and it wasn't even like she's not, you know, you can't see her bra or whatever. It's like you can't see the crystal.
Ah, gotcha.
It won't rub off. She tried to wash it off and wouldn't come off.
Hide me if you want. You know I'm still here, darling.
You're not here.
Oh, you'll get used to me.
Oh, great.
All right. So you guys are now together. I assume you also tied off the horses outside as they're in the living
Of course.
room.
Are you saying I'm an amateur? Of course I did.
Darla offers you some beer from her fridge.
I'm gonna try to open the beer with my teeth.
Mm-hmm. I would give all you guys bennies for all this great roleplay, but I'm actually going to give Andy a benny for having to sit on the sidelines. Because it's been a while. So you get a
That
benny,
tracks.
Andy.
Oh, you're fine. It's thanks. You didn't have to.
All right, I'll just make it
You're
worse.
gonna need it, Andy. It's okay.
Yeah, once you guys go into areas with fear levels, you're going to realize how scary this game gets. All right, so you guys have gathered. What's the situation? There are 3 of you and 2 horses.
I'm gonna
how did your
suggest.
horse mission go?
Your little weasel friend, Steve, the guy with the nerdy face. Sorry, the geeky face. My bad. He only had 2. I don't know what if you guys are like on like skeleton crew budgets or something, but so I scared
I
him
think
to
they
give us.
put the rest in the ship.
I helped.
So yeah, me and Mason here basically scared him into giving us both the horses that were available.
You scared him? You
But
didn't just ask him nice?
What now?
Never mind. So we've got horses.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to fill out some forms at some point, like a lot. There was like a stag. Like it looked pretty impressive.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew I'd have it coming. I thought sending you would mean I wouldn't have to do it, but
No, I mean the forms are for the dead guy who painted the cell with his insides, and the horses. But
oh man.
Yeah, they weren't too happy. I think something about traumatic experiences for the intern. Something about crying himself to sleep every night. Something like that.
Well, that's not new.
Rob, you get a Benny for crying himself to sleep every night. All right. But yeah, so are only 2 of you guys going, or is someone gripping tightly around someone else's midsection?
I think Darla and I can just take one horse. We're professional.
I do actually know how to ride.
Well, that helps because I don't.
I will ride by myself. So since I don't have riding,
that's going to be
do
fun.
You know how to ride Darkstar?
I do not. I'll be honest, when I built the character, it never crossed my mind that there'd be horses on a planet that's basically a big western.
Well, I only got a 4, so that'll be hilarious anyway.
Yeah. So many of Mason's scenes, they just visualize awkward moments too. Of just like him on the horse, like, hey, Darla, you can ride up on. Looks over and they're both on the other horse. All right. So, with that and that awkwardness, everybody gets a writing check. If you're looking to make good time, if you go slow, you'll get +2. So if you go slow, you're basically walking with someone else's feet. So you want to take a couple hours going slow, or do you want to get there in about 45 minutes?
I'm only gonna go slow because Mason's pragmatic.
Too bad that since I'm riding in the back behind Darla, as we pass you, I smack your horse in the back because we're in a hurry. Like, Mason, catch up. Smack.
So we're going fast.
Well, I guess I'm making a riding roll then.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna make one anyways. It would just be at +2 if you were going slow. So now it's just a riding roll.
Well, that didn't work. I'm gonna spend a Benny.
I'm gonna spend a Benny.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
Oh, that's better.
So far, that's better. Let's see how my backup.
I had a
Oh,
5.
excellent.
Last time I had a 2 before any modifications.
Also a 5.
Nice. Well, what did Dark Scar do?
Dark Scar is riding.
Passenger.
You are a passenger. You ever been on the back of a horse while someone else is riding?
Okay, so I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Do I have any kind of plus?
Yeah, +1.
And since I'm not trained, it's -2, so it's -1.
-1. No.
I'm gonna spend a Benny.
Yeah, we should totally spend all our bennies on riding rolls in the beginning of the night.
Or -1 is 3.
Do you not know the secret of GMing Savage Worlds? Trick them into spending bennies on trivial things.
You say trick, but it's not a trick.
What was the total you got, Rob?
3.
3? All right. You didn't roll 1 or lower or a crit fail, so it's not like you fell back and you're getting drugged. But Dark Scar is not looking smooth on this ride. He's like bouncing all over, slipping, having to catch himself.
As we're riding along, as I'm riding alongside him, doing just fine. I'm like, "You okay over there, buddy?"
Here's the other great thing I didn't bring up because I think assumptions were made. When you intimidate a person, they don't go out of your way to like remind you of odds and ends. You requisition 2 horses and 0 saddles. And neither of you are trained in riding, so I'm totally fine with the fact that that didn't get brought up. Nobody thought to ask.
Steve is gonna Steve's gonna hear about this.
Yeah, several pairs of things are gonna be bruised on you, Rob. It ain't a fun time. But you guys pull up to this small Anook village. Andy, you get to join us. What has Saskia been up to?
So Saskia has been informing the tribe of what they found on that asteroid.
Okay.
And, the fact that she thinks some of them have already landed on Earth, and it was an attempt at extinction.
Right.
Um, yeah, but I
Right.
feel like she perhaps is putting like a spiritual spin on it and
Oh,
talking.
definitely. The Anouk would.
Yeah, right. Talking about like the writer on the moon or whatever that was in their history. Can't remember what it
Yeah.
was now, but
So are you focusing on you guys destroying the asteroid and it veering away, or focusing on all the pieces falling to
I'm
the
focusing on. Well, I'm both really
Okay.
equal.
Okay, we'll keep that neutral then. You
Okay,
haven't you haven't focused on the heroics, so you haven't lowered the fear level of this region. But you also haven't like terrified everyone and raised the fear level.
all right, okay.
So the Anouk tribe's actually in a relatively peaceful little spot. It's fear level 2. But yeah, they come riding in. You know, you probably get your attention. Being a shaman, you're in tune with everything. You would almost sense your friends coming. And yeah, on the plains heading your way are 2 horses galloping towards you. It is the rest of the crew.
I feel like she gets on top of one of those lizard things that they ride and kind of rides out onto the plane to meet them.
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll to see if you actually have your own or if you're just grabbing a communal one.
7.
7. Okay, yeah. You grab your giant lizard and you just gallop, 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 gallop. And not directly into the community, which is also good. I mean, the Anouk don't feel great about humans, just like the humans don't feel great
Right.
about the Anouk. But in this almost neutral zone, you guys meet.
Yeah, I'm like, I think that if you all are coming here, it would be best if I escort you into the city.
Well, we mostly came to find you, so
Is everything okay?
Aside from needing to throw up, everything is really freaking awesome.
Uh, not much for horseback.
Somebody, let's call him Steve for now, forgot to tell us about saddles. They're a thing.
Ah, so you're rather uncomfortable. Perhaps you should all rest for the evening.
Yeah.
Hey, hun, you really sleeping with this guy who needs to be told saddles are a thing? You can do better. Only Darla hears this.
Oh, where
If
are you?
I say hun, it is happening in Darla's head.
Oh,
really good. When
All
he's
right.
not a horse.
But yeah, so you guys have until sundown tomorrow to get the horses back. You only spent like 45 minutes heading out here. So you have a few more hours of daylight today. Are you guys going into the Anouk tribe? Are you guys getting Saskia and heading back to town for something? What are you guys truly up to now that everyone's back together?
Um, I'm a well, I don't know. While we're still in the middle of nowhere here, I'm just gonna ask Saskia. Um, have you ever heard of the ring?
could I make a check for that? Like
Yes.
faith?
Yeah, faith would work for you. You could do a faith check.
8.
All right, nice. You got the raise. So you know through teaching a lot of this info has been lost even to the Anouk. This is ancient shit. Without getting too far into the stuff the GM knows, this stuff is incredibly old. But you are a shaman. You have studied. You know a lot of the lore of your people, which means you also know the names of several of the black cities. And one of the black cities is basically called the Ring of Calling in a nook, obviously. The English translation would be the Ring of Calling.
And what do I know specifically about that
It
black
was it was a ceremonial location for what they would have called the old masters used to channel the planes of power. At least the closest English translations.
So I'm gonna relay that the best that I can, but probably fumbling over some of the Ring of Calling. And she says, like, trying to convert it to English, calls it the Ring of Escorting.
I mean, that's also pretty accurate to what happened.
Shit.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, the ring of escorting, what? Who? Who? What does that even mean?
I fear that it means perhaps they were trying to bring something very old and very powerful here.
And they
Oh,
lost
hun.
their obelisk? Shut up.
Hey, what was that?
They lost their obelisk key thing.
You wouldn't know anything of specific rituals that were happening there. This is thousands of years ago.
I'm like, I have no idea. But calling maybe the word I'm looking for.
Mm.
Does that help? What exactly happened to all of you? She says.
Oh,
Don't tell him. Don't tell him, hun.
shut up.
He doesn't need to know.
We went to probably the Ring of Calling, and we there was a guy. He was real haunted by this obelisk made of that stone you guys use. What's it called? Tannis, and we took this stone. It was about this big, shiny black, real beautiful.
Kind of cursed.
So beautiful.
Pretty cursed.
Cursed.
Maybe cursed.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
haunted.
the guy that stole it from the bank kind of went batshit in prison and opened themselves up and grabbed a little paintbrush and kind of went crazy on the walls.
Oh.
Darla's picturing this scene again, and
Wait.
she's like really disturbed because it's making her hungry.
As you try to picture that scene in your mind, Darla, everything like kind of fades and dims and like desaturates, so it's not as jarring, more like a black and white image of it. Just gonna hear, "Hun, you don't need to worry about that. I mean, he wasn't nearly as good as you. You don't need to worry that'll happen to you if you cross me. It's fine.
Wait,
Don't worry about it."
you guys aren't hearing anything, are you? Like
No,
Nope.
I mean,
must be the wind.
do we
Yeah.
notice her talking to herself, or is it?
Oh,
Like an
she's
inside
open.
voice?
She's pretty. It seems like you're pretty openly talking to yourself.
I'm like mumbling, but I'm definitely talking to myself.
Uh,
So, what happened at this Ring of Calling? You got this rock, and then what?
Put it on the obelisk, and everything went black.
Remember
We killed a
that.
monster.
Remember, the one you found asked you for help. Wonder what would happen if you asked this one for Mhm.
What
Wouldn't
kind of
wanna-
help?
Oh, just I told you shouldn't trust him. It's fine. No. He asked for help and he ended up on walls. I don't want to see that happen to you.
Thanks.
I have a feeling that was not a mumble.
No, it
That
wasn't.
probably was not a mumble. Darla just sheepishly said thanks.
As I'm watching her like talk to herself, can I reach forward and like try to heal her? Like use my magic?
Yes, you can try.
Like what's wrong with her? So faith, that's what I'm doing. Five.
So you feel something should have happened. Your beneficial magic has no effect on Darla. The magic, the powers of Banshee refuse to work for Darla.
There's
Felt
something
weird.
wrong
What
with
did
her.
you do?
Yeah, what's going on in you, Darla, would probably like purposely make you feel as queasy as possible, make you hate it.
Didn't bring Darla back. Who is this?
What? I'm Darla. I never stopped being Darla.
I mean, she was pretty Darla. I mean, like
My
I'd say a good 80% Darla at least. I figured the other 20% was the thing in her chest.
what thing in her chest?
I think she got stabbed by the
I did not get stabbed. If I got stabbed, it would have hurt. I just got like some rock on me. It won't go away.
Yeah, it's best you don't show him. I mean, she's just gonna judge you. You don't. That'd be,
Yeah.
I'm like, let me see it, Darla.
but do you really want him to judge you?
No.
Already
You're my
doesn't even
friend.
think it's you.
Like
What
a
kind of
sister,
friend is that?
right?
What? What? Sorry, I was I didn't hear you. What?
You're like a friend, a sister, right?
Yeah, but not like a sister who gets undressed with her other sister.
Sorority sister, you mean? Okay. Well,
Ignore this device. It's not a camera.
right.
Also, I would like to say as GM, I hate when people talk over other people, but I feel like given this situation, it would full happen. It's eating me inside, and I apologize.
We're trying to be good here.
Saskia is really confused. She's like, I don't know. I feel like I should look. Let me see her tats. And just
Whatever you did to me last made me feel like real gross. So I don't know if I want you to do any more magic on me.
Obviously, her powers are horrible. Look how they made you. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't need it anymore. You're so much better, Darla.
Yeah.
So much better.
Why do you keep saying yeah?
Just thinking about stuff.
Yeah, thinking about stuff. Yeah, that's how you sound.
Shut up.
You learn to shut up if you want to keep a good thing when you got it.
Why are you telling me to shut up?
You better tell him why.
Because you talk too much.
Yeah, I mean, what are you
Have
gonna
you
do?
met me? I don't talk too much.
I mean, I've heard him. I've heard that voice. I mean, come on. Wait, does he even know you need a saddle? What is this?
Yeah, well, I mean, why didn't you even bring a saddle?
I don't do horses. You do the horses.
Yeah, but Steve does horses too.
Well, Steve is fucking competent.
God.
Yeah.
It's almost like Steve doesn't like me. Let's be honest here.
I mean, who would
That's
really?
ridiculous. You're amazing.
Yeah, I'm good with people, and it's like Steve just doesn't really you know. But anyhow, Steve didn't give me saddles. I forgot. I prefer ships. You know, this is not a thing. Why are you telling me to shut up? Why are you saying yes all the time?
I was just thinking about shirts or something.
Oh, were you thinking about Steve, someone who knows what a saddle is?
Yeah. I mean, no.
All right.
The
Doesn't look
saddle
like
again.
So the silence from that last stinger.
Sometimes it's hard to follow up on your statements, man.
I'm gonna look at Starscar and be like, did I say your name right?
Dark Scar.
Darkscar.
Dark Scar.
And be like, my powers were always able to reach her before.
Well, I figured since she got all weird in the temple that it would be easier because she's all in touch with your religion now and shit, right?
Is it just the four of us right now where we are?
Yeah.
Like, we
You
haven't gone
guys.
back to the
I'm going
village.
nowhere.
No. This is like the perfect bottle episode. The whole thing was shot in a field, apparently.
Awesome. Saskia. She doesn't have a heartbeat.
Shut up.
What?
She doesn't have a heartbeat.
You
She
promised.
her heart stopped, and then I'm worried about you because you keep talking to yourself. So
Oh, if he's so worried, why did he lie?
Then if you're so worried about me, why didn't you keep my secret, which isn't even a secret because it's not true? And no, you can't check.
uh-huh.
All right. Any of Saskia, Dark Scar, you both can give me history rolls. Saskia, you could give me a faith roll at -2. This is a relatively new occurrence on me, but it does have to do with your faith.
I am
Yeah.
historyless. So.
Yeah. Mason's freaking out right now.
I got 6.
Oh, a
I
6.
don't know why you're freaking out. Everything's fine.
You've
I'm gonna
heard
spend a penny.
I'm great. I'm so great.
Saskia, you've heard several
tracks.
tales that since the humans have come to this land, in rare cases, some of them who should die simply don't. You've heard it happens to the wicked and the damned, but that's all you know with it. However, Saskia, you also do know about the Guardian with a sex, which are those typically the Anouk. A raise wouldn't let you know humans can do it. That it does happen to Anouk too, where they die. But when the Anouk die and the plant brings them back, it brings them back to life. Like they still have a heartbeat. It's very different than what happened to Darla.
Saskia's like, no, this can't be right.
What did you get, Rob?
Now,
I got
see?
I got
Now
a 2
she's
after
talking to
rerolling.
Oh,
herself.
okay.
But could that
No.
be used? So I've got a spectral imager eyeball thingamajig. Could I
Oh.
use that to see if she has a pulse?
Oh, you do have a spectral imager. Yeah.
Could I science that up?
Yeah, give me a notice roll. Oh, yeah, no, give me science. I keep forgetting science is a skill now.
Yes. Rerolling that. 7.
So you're going to notice two real key things. There is no pulse, and her body temperature is the ambient temperature of the area.
I feel her forehead.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
That's
ice
wet.
cold, but it ain't warm.
So,
Why does everybody want to touch me now? That's
do we
You
want the
should
bad
just strip
news?
their flesh.
Do we want the bad news or the bad news?
I already gave you the bad news.
Well, I'm confirming the bad news then. That's worse.
Oh.
She doesn't have a pulse. Like,
Cool.
You don't need
Whatever.
one, hun. It's fine. You're better than
I don't need one. It's fine.
So there are rare
this.
occurrences
Is easier than I thought it would be.
where humans are brought back by the planet, but they're not brought back the way the Anuk are.
You've heard that they're brought back. You have not heard that it's the planet that does it. You have no idea what's doing it.
So it's not the planet.
Because when the planet does it, it creates guardians, which they come back alive.
Right.
This is something wicked.
Okay. So the fact, but it brings us back alive.
Well, that's what happened. I mean, I didn't even die. I just fell and I blacked out. And I'm fine. Like,
Maybe
I don't see a light
a
at the
little
end of the tunnel or anything.
Oh, Darla, you're too good. You don't need the light. That's just. You're fine, hon. All you need's me. You're gonna be
so,
so much better.
so who are you talking to then? If you're, no pulse, is there like a little voice in the back of your head? Do you have like one of those little cartoon devils on your shoulder now?
It's Maria.
We're not in the ship. We're like 20 miles away from the ship.
It's not Maria.
Clever girl.
How do you know it's not Maria? You're not talking to her.
Because Maria was showing up separately than from whatever is in you on the readouts in the ship.
You wouldn't know that.
Say what now?
Like the readouts on the ship even
I
worse.
hacked it because I promised her I wouldn't tell her that this happened, but I'm freaked out now. So I'm telling you, when we were on the ship, it showed that we had a crew of 7 when I first got on the ship. It showed
That's
the
a
3
lot.
of us.
Have another
our pilot.
show like last time.
No.
Tell him if that's the case, he could prove it. I bet you he can't.
Well, why don't we all go back to the ship and we'll count people?
I just told you I hacked it. It's not going to show that anymore. In fact, it stopped showing Maria too. And if you remember, it was showing Maria before.
So, like, it does stop showing Maria because I brought her with me.
Hey Maria, if it's you, throw a wrench at something.
Saskia is gonna be like,
Darla, pick up a wrench and throw it. Be funny.
Saskia is
I
gonna
pick up a wrench.
There are no wrenches. I tricked you.
Hi, I tricked you.
One of them's a mechanic. Take his wrench. Sorry, Andy.
No, you're fine.
Timing's crucial for humor.
We should go speak with the village elders.
I'm not going into a village of people who don't think I'm alive.
You sound like someone has something to hide, Darla.
You sound like someone with something to prove because you don't know what a saddle is.
You sound like someone with something to prove because you don't even know what a saddle is. And I like walk over to Mason and I grab a wrench from his bag and I throw it at Darkscar.
Well, that's not even convincing.
And Saskia casts deflection real quick to deflect the wrench.
Wow.
We could have rolls to see if it hits, to see if it deflects, but the effectiveness has already been done. It doesn't matter what the dice outcomes on that are.
Agreed.
Yeah, like I wasn't trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're hurting me. You're making fun of saddles.
Well, my butt hurts
man.
because I don't have a. Actually, it doesn't.
You don't. You no longer know pain, hon. You're better than that.
Yeah.
Saskia's like, you humans are being particularly strange today.
Y'all acting weird.
This is above average strangeness. I will agree with you on that. Do you got some do your village people, can they do a YMCA and then
I was just
like magic or clean again?
That's what I'm going.
Dirty.
Perhaps we can speak with the elders and they'll know more.
Yeah,
Come.
let's do that. Darla, come on.
If
Come
they
on with
take
us.
me away, you die, Darla. They're looking to kill you.
I'll talk to one elder that you can bring out here.
Well, that's just silly.
Saskia would nod at that and be like, "Fine, as you wish," and like turn and ride back towards the village.
All right, yeah. Is anyone going with Saskia or Saskia going on her own? Because I mean, you do also have whatever's going on with Darla to watch, and I mean, people going into town.
Mm,
Also, at this point, at least a half hour has passed of you guys just bickering in a field.
I would stay here with Darla if Mason wants to go into town, but no offense, Mason. I want someone here who's actually willing to fight back if something happens.
You hear that? He wants to kill you when they're gone. Kill him first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're big and strong. You can take me.
But he
I'm not
doesn't
taking
deserve
anything.
to.
We're gonna get this thing out of you, and then it's gonna be all great again. I'm gonna go get drunk at Willie's.
You're probably
Mason,
gonna kill me trying your weird experiments with your science.
so Mason, are you sticking with the bickering duo or are you going with Saskia? You are muted.
You're muted, but you're going with Saskia.
I think I saw S's.
I'm going with Saskia.
All right. All right. So while that bickering happens,
Actually, before you guys leave, I kind of want to tie her wrists behind her back. How are you feeling about that, team? You're all team muted, so.
I think it is a great idea.
So can I get some help with that
Guessing that
before
was an
you go?
earshot?
Oh, we're doing this in front of you.
Don't worry, hun. You're so much stronger than you even know. It won't stop you if they try anything.
Dude. I do not consent to have my wrists tied behind me at this time.
Well, I don't consent to getting taxed, and I still am. So get over it.
Saskia, since she's gigantic, just kind of wraps her arms around Darla and picks her up.
Hey, let me go.
And if I could take pictures of this, I would.
Wow.
You're stronger than her, Darla. You want me
I'm
to
gonna
show
fight
you?
you.
Do you want me to show you how strong you are?
Yeah.
Do you? You do? You know this
Yeah.
mechanic. Are you doing it?
I actually didn't read the mechanic. I know that it
Okay.
exists.
If you let the devil out, you get to add a d6 to all your trait rolls for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But I'll roll on a little table. Oh, also, what is your spirit currently? Because you're going to need to note down how much
I have left.
yeah, what your Dominion score is.
It's a 6.
Dominion's currently a 6. So yeah, you want this to show you how strong you are. The thing I hate is the rules for Dominion.
Twilight doesn't know there's consequences yet.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's totally in character, like this first time to be like, this
Yeah.
person's the only one on my side.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point of what a Manitou does is make you feel that way. Oh,
don't like that.
Well, I rolled a 6 on the Dominion.
Oh,
you lose 1 point of Dominion. And you're gonna try and murder someone.
Yeah,
and there are only 4 people here.
Or are there 7?
6. If you want to get technical.
Okay. But the thing is it's not like it goes full psycho, tries to murder someone, but it's gonna let a stray shot go or try and slap, does whatever it can to make it look like an accident. But as you're squirming, your hand is going to get to your holster. And given how much bigger Saskia is than you, a thigh shot's going to be pretty easy while lifted up. It'll be at -2 because it's like trying to shoot behind you and awkward. But you get to roll shooting with an extra d6.
Yeah, I do.
Does my
Shooting's a
parry
D8.
toughness or
It's
anything?
it would be against parry
Okay.
because you're within close combat.
Do I get the wild die?
Yeah, you're a wild card.
So
That d6
shooting
gets
plus
added
the-
to either the skill or wild die.
Oh. And does it
It's basically like you just have an
Does it
active
ace?
conviction. Yeah. It's like you have a
Nice.
conviction dice that auto spends on every roll.
Oh shit, you're in trouble. I got a 10 plus 4. I got a 14.
What's your parry, Saskia?
Ooh, a 5.
I'm gonna guess it's not 14.
Yeah. The bigger thing is it oh, I guess it would have to be 11. Yeah, unlikely. So yeah, even firing blind, any penalty. So roll your damage plus a d6 for that raise. Oh,
Oh,
and
thanks,
Wyatt did redeem. Thank you for messaging because there's no audio cue, so I have to actively look.
Damage.
Also,
is
I am
2d6 plus 1 plus a d6.
I am giving a Benny to everyone for all this RP. So Andy, you get a
thanks.
Benny. Darla, you get a Benny. Mason, you get a Benny. Darkscar, you get a Benny. And sorry I called you Andy instead of Saskia. I started in character player names, ended in character name.
It's because I'm that convincing.
My 3d6 rolled a 6 plus 1 for my gun.
That's
So
all?
7. Yep.
Oh, totals. Okay, I'm going to be spending a Benny.
Aw, thanks to reroll my damage.
Yeah, because this is the Manitou. Yeah, to reroll damage.
Is that like a camel toe?
8, 10. It's 11 now.
What's your toughness, Saskia?
A 9.
Ooh, yeah, no, we're burning another Benny. If the devil's coming out for one scene, we got to make this count.
That's 3, 6, 9, 10.
Oh man, you're gonna make me burn all my bennies on you doing something dumb. Keep it going. Keep it going. I'm looking for a wound. I'll burn all my bennies right now to try and get a wound. I'm hoping not for like 4 wounds, but
8, 10, 11.
Uh-huh.
well, I got one last one. I'm burning all my bennies for this scene. Oh, I guess I do have one left.
Oh, that was worse.
Clyde got us the thing.
3, 6, 7.
All right. Well, it looks like the best we're getting is shaken. But the gun, oh no, it goes off, falls to the ground. Being shaken, you're gonna drop Darla. How do people react to this?
Another Benny got purchased by Wyatt.
Get your hands
yeah.
off me.
Oh, another one. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Because I
What
thought I
side is he
cleared it.
on?
For the Manitou specifically.
Oh, okay. Reroll damage one more time.
I thought
Oh
we were
shit, hold on. This one.
Oh, it's always the viewer
6,
bennies that
8,
do it.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
There's a
What was-
wound.
There's your wound. So you can either soak or take the wound.
And I'm gonna try to soak it. Four.
Or soaks it. You're actually not even shaken then. But
Okay.
you narrowly miss a really bad wound to the leg.
It's just a flesh wound.
Can I like spin my staff around and knock the gun out of her hand?
You'll have to let go of her because you're currently
Oh, I thought I
holding
did.
her.
Okay. All right, so
You're not shaken now. So
You're not shaken, so you did not let go of her now. You're still
Okay.
holding her because you soaked.
So I'll try to just tighten down.
All right. Yeah, so it gets like one like tries to kill somebody, and then it you get control back.
Toski
In
is like,
this
Darla,
moment.
my friend, this isn't you.
It is
Hey.
me. Stop trying to say I'm not me. Everybody's. Jesus, just leave me alone, everybody.
But you're a cop, right? You're a ranger.
Yeah,
Do you have any manacles?
yeah. Not for you, though.
Oh, you're
This
learning,
was-
hun.
Does she have handcuffs?
I do. They're on my belt.
Not anymore. I'm gonna try to grab the handcuffs from her belt.
Am I still restrained?
All right. So with that, as you guys fight and handcuff her, we're going to cut to a bio break. So it was 31. We will be back at 36. they will cover that because we're back. Ron is still not yet back, but our timer ran out.
Silly timer.
So we
It's
now
okay.
have
Sometimes timers last before after they run out.
we have
What does that mean?
we're back with Deadlands Lost Colony. If you have come in after we started, chat comes in with all the ways you can get involved, including we also have Twitch channel points, which help you get involved. But we're running Deadlands Lost Colony for the newest edition of Savage Worlds. And we are coming in with Shar, also known as Ranger Darla, being handcuffed and probably tied up a little out in the plains, while Saskia and I'm assuming still Mason are going to be heading to the Inuk tribe.
Let me go.
Be heading to the Inuk tribe to try and talk an elder into coming out here.
I'm just bringing her west since she's all tied up now.
Okay.
That's I like that idea. Now we can all stick together and not split the party.
I'm gonna fight you every step of the way.
Yeah. So Darla, you
So much for human and Nook relations.
I won't get too deep into it because they'll give away some later stuff in the stream. But I was talking to Dark Scar about it because it will affect him too. But the thing to note about the murder outcome is while the Manitow like kind of played dead after that shot went off because they're not dumb, it's still controlling the reins till it gets that murder at once. So you're not hearing it in the back of your head
Am I still extra strong?
for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna bite somebody. Whoever's close.
Can we assume that can we say she's on the horse and I'm walking beside the horse?
Yeah, she'll be like actively trying to bite you.
Good luck from horse.
Bites the horse.
But here's the thing. It wants that murder again. It's not stupid. Once it's proven that it's not going to get the murder right here and right now, we'll call her Maria for now because you gave her a name. She's going to lie low. She's not going to be taunting you too much right now. She's not going to, get you into whispering to yourself or anything like that. It's going to be more of a calm sinisterness than rabid. Because there's plans being worked out by this thing inside you. And lashing out when you're being examined by things that may be powerful enough to do something, that's not what intelligent things do. So, Darla, while lashing, once you guys get probably about 100 feet from the camp, goes quiet and calm and starts acting perfectly normal. More normal than Darla.
I think I'm fine now.
There are several Inuk warriors like guarding the perimeter. Since you are a shaman and not just any Inuk, and you guys' backstories were like you helped do peace stuff with the humans and all, you're gonna be wary, but they'll recognize Darla because Darla helped you with that in your guys' backstories, and wearily let you enter. Now, city is a huge overstatement. This is a few dozen people, if that. This is probably somewhere between 2 and 5 dozen Inuk huts. Some huts are larger than others. Areas for those who are gifted to work tannis and make tools, a little bit of agriculture, but nothing major.
Saskia, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me, but it's gone now. Maria's gone.
It's fine. Then just relax and lay there with him.
I don't want to hurt our relationship between our peoples. I'm so sorry. I Can I at least walk in? Please? Please?
I feel like Saskia is sad about that. Like she feels bad that she has to do it, but she just kind of like holds her head up and goes to try to find the person who taught her how to work Tanis.
Yeah. So you go. You can give me a name. I'm not as well versed in the Anook names. You named yourself, so whatever you want your mentor's name to be, we'll add it. So what?
And Andar.
Andar. All right. So you go to Andar's tent. He's a much older Anook, mainly a worker of Tanis. He has kind of a wet clay pit in the center of the hut he's in, where he's working and making. He's not making weapons right now. He's making tools for farming and repairing other people's damaged items. Ah, Saskia. And this is all in a nook. So this is like the subtitled portion of the episode.
Oh man, artsy films.
I'm like, Andar, something is wrong with my friend. I've taken my Tanis out every night for its lunar cycling, and my powers can't reach her.
Has she spoken of Black Tanis?
Yes, she has.
This is worrisome, Saskia. I did not teach you much of the Black Tanis, as it is not our way. It's corrupted with the masters that Brett lived long before us. Those that delved into powers beyond Banshee. Those that delved into and he says the Anook word for hunting grounds. Bring her to the pit. We must submerge her in case things get violent, and I will then do what I can to confirm suspicions.
Okay. If it is as you say, I will bring her to the pit.
So you guys can work Tanis like clay, and he's actually dealing with like a very he's been working this pit to the point that's like wet clay, so you can move it. You guys can bring Darla into it, kind of like submerge her in clay. But the thing is again, Tanis, when it's not being worked, rehardens to stone. He asks for your help to basically unwork the Tanis. And together you guys do this. Darla just kind of goes into like that sociopath being questioned mode where it's just blank and silent. And they turn the mud she's in into just about under the rib cage filled. She is now submerged in solid rock. Saskia.
Saskia dusts her hands and she's like, well, that should hold her for a little while.
We can hope. May the bindings of Banshee protect us. And
Mason is freaking out.
He then moves over and he grabs several bags similar to Saskia's bag, but multiple, and begins gathering different items. And he then casts Detect Arcana on Darla.
And I feel like Saskia has helped him with rituals before, so she's moving around like gathering things and putting it down for him, like, grab me the whatever off of that shelf. And she's like, yes.
All right, Darla, you will be fighting this. We're kind of winging it here, but I'm not really sure what magic would be like. Detect a Minotaur. So we're doing a modified Detect Arcana right now since I don't stop and look it up. Give me a spirit roll to oppose this.
Straight up spirit, right?
He's a wild card, so he does have 2 bennies. I'm going to spend 1 benny before I know your outcome because I'm initiating. Benny well spent. Your target number's an 18.
Oh shit! I got a 5.
It was a 6, but I was like, that's not good enough. Okay. He begins chanting in a nook, and it's similar stuff. What you guys have heard Saskia, because you've been around Saskia and she's done magic, but it's deeper. He is older. He is invoking something primal within him.
Is this
And
really
then
necessary?
you guys see Darla begin to almost flutter and glitch as if it were a monitor having an issue. And you know, in the old tube monitors, where if you get your settings wrong, the two colors begin to like separate and pull.
Yeah.
That happens visually to Darla. The center Darla is her physical body. The two sides are the spirits within her. One you see next to Darla just as still and motionless as the body. But look up at both of you and smile. An inhumanly large smile. As the other Darla is Darla's true self, screaming. You can't hear it. It's silent. It's not a physical body. But just like screaming and thrashing and pounding to be free.
Do
Matu
I,
doesn't care. She won't remember it, so why as well have some fun. I need everyone here to make a fear check at -4.
Like me.
what is that again?
Spirit. Unless you have something that modifies specifically for fear, like Yella.
I fail.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I'm at a -6, so
Holy
due to
shit.
my pragmatism.
10.
Wow. Right, so you're good. You hold it. How does Saskia? You're muted, Andy.
I'm currently bending my little heart away.
That's right. You don't need a heart.
Andar has to spend a Benny.
Oh, it's not happening.
All right. So the two of you fail. Your outcome. Oh. It's +4. And I rolled a 19 on the die.
Oh,
So who dies today?
I need Mason and Saskia to make a vigor roll at -2 as they begin to have heart attacks.
Oh Jesus!
oh Lord.
I need to roll a 22 plus on a d20 table for this.
The bennies are out of stock on the.
Oh, I need to figure out the limiters. It's currently only allowing 2 each, but well, I will say, Ron,
I rolled
You
an
st-
11 after
Okay.
my total.
you still get this because you have stayed pragmatic. This is 100% into your hindrances. Have a Benny.
All right.
You guys, Saskia has a heart attack.
You fail?
No, wait.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
a Benny. I'll buy you a Benny.
I was gonna say, if you have channel points, you can do that, or you can do tips if you don't.
I have them, but it's not letting me buy
Well,
them.
with the stuff from last week, we can't do it for ourselves. So Char
Yes.
is doing it.
Oh. Okay.
It's up to you if you want to spend it,
No,
but I
it
feel
still
like you
says
do.
out of stock, but
Okay, interesting. And then I definitely need to look
and I've
into
never
it.
bought any
Yeah.
with my channel points.
So I'm wondering if it's
I hadn't used mine either.
limited to 2 total. So I need to fix that.
So,
All right.
I can just do 2 super fan shout outs. That's 1,000.
Yeah, do 2 super fan shout outs for now, and we'll get that fixed.
Out of stock.
yeah.
Weird. Okay.
They're all out of stock.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's extra weird. Technical difficulties in the most dramatic portion of the show.
Thanks, Twitch.
Thank you. We've implemented a new system that doesn't fully work. All right.
Maybe she hates it. The heart attack.
Well, yeah, if you fail, you're incapacitated and die. So
Yeah.
this is actually really, really important. 1 second. I'll
But
see
on
if
the
I
other hand,
can.
there's another shaman in here who could probably save you.
Yeah, he succeeded, which is good. Let me edit this. Save. All right, try doing it now, Shar.
Oh yeah.
Did it work?
Yes.
All right. I went into Twitch and actually like reset the numbers.
Okay, here we go. No.
No?
Oh wait. Oh wait.
Yeah, it's -4.
Yeah. No. Not even close.
All right.
Sorry. Mimi
Mason.
tried to help. She was very upset to see you fall over.
I mean, I was trying to help.
All right. Actually, Ron, I'm going to ask you a question on this because of the wording of heart attack. If you succeed, you're stunned. If you fail, you're incapacitated and dies. It doesn't say if anything happens on a raise, so I'm assuming it's the same as succeed for a raise.
Correct.
Okay. I'm so used to things in Savage Worlds having a raise situation. All right.
Yep.
So Mason is stunned. Saskia grips her chest, seeing this darkness, and begins collapsing on the ground. You guys won't know how many rounds there is, but okay, that's
Mimi is
good.
like,
The healer or the shaman is going to try and help. Dark Scar, are you going to help try and support?
Can I support with science?
Yes.
Okay.
He's going
I
to
will.
break concentration on the spell, bringing Darla back.
Okay, I'm
which
sciencing.
Darla?
Sciencing for 5.
So +1. All right. This is at a -4. Right?
God, hold on.
To double check this. Yeah, healing roll at -4 to save their life.
Oh Lord.
Right. If you're doing a support for somebody else, you can support in a different way, right?
Yes.
So you could do your social role or whatever.
I mean, he still only gets one support to help. So
But
he
still, like
chose
you don't have to
science
roll
make.
healing at -4 to help him.
Oh no, his isn't at -4. The healing was -4. Yeah. All right. All right. I don't think we saw Rabatron Prime come in. We did say you do have 2 floating bennies from last time. As long as I don't see objections come up, I'm spending one of those floating bennies.
I approve.
All in favor? I say aye. Aye.
Half of me approves.
8 -4 + 1 is a 5. Saskia, you're saved.
Ah, my murder.
That's fine. Just sitting there, pleased as punch with herself. Her
Wait,
mere
which
presence
Darla is back?
nearly got. But yeah, since he had to break, since Andar had to break concentration on the spell, the visual notifiers, he did this. Hey, Darla.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are, this guy's gonna want you killed, and you're already half buried in stone. You looking to break free? You gonna need a little. You can.
We'll try to stop him if that's what it looks like. If she's
Oh,
away.
he's gonna need to make a healing roll. She's gonna have at least a minute to try and help. Stopping someone dying from a heart attack is gonna give her some time. Mason, give me 3. Well, we'll go one at a time, but up to 3 rounds of vigor rolls. This is happening because you're stunned.
Oh, I got you.
And I don't remember what was happening.
Made the first round.
All right, you succeeded.
Yeah.
All right, then you're shaken.
I got a raise.
Okay. Even with the -2 for distracted as part of stunned.
I rolled an 11.
Oh, okay. So you can act.
Yeah.
In any of these rounds. Cool. Yeah. So Darla, I mean,
Wait, how much do I remember? in between? Like, was it
At
just like
this p
I said,
at
yes,
this
help me
point,
out, and
I
then
was gonna
like
say,
now?
at this point, everything's kind of a haze, but you'll more or less be, like, shown a view of, like you're almost in, like, a dark void seeing out a window of what your eyes are, as there's a second you there that's just like, "You're currently trapped in stone, Darla. They know that you're not right. I think you're fine. I think you're perfect and beautiful. But they don't. And you see him over there with Saskia? He's
You
trying to
said they were
kill
my friends. Why would
he's
my friends kill me?
he's already trying to kill Saskia. He's gonna kill you next. I just need you to give me permission, Darla.
I, I respect Darla too much to think that she would fall for that
Dark
logic.
Scar, Dark Scar.
Yeah,
Let me
what?
out of here.
Give me a
Please.
spirit check. If you succeed, you can actually say Dark Scar out loud.
I got a 5.
Cool. Her body is like completely motion, but it's like mumbling just loud enough. Dark Star, give me a notice roll because there's definitely a lot of hectic craziness. Even if you stopped supporting, he rolled high enough, so you're good there.
Reason I thought I had +2 in notice, but I think I'm thinking
Help me.
of a werewolf.
Yeah, the werewolf
A
does.
5.
Yeah, you do. You hear mumbling from her that's just like dark like weakly coming out of her mouth of Dark Scar, help me. Dark Scar, get me out of here.
How do I help you?
Get me out of here. Please. Please.
We're trying to
gonna
make
kill
you
me.
better.
They're gonna kill
No, they're not.
me.
Dark Scar, give me another notice roll because once Saskia is brought back and you're having this conversation, you might overhear something. Because Andar's
Another
gonna
5.
okay. Andar's gonna save Saskia, but the first words to Saskia once they're alive is, "You have to kill your friend. She's already dead."
No, there has to be another way. I'll find another way.
Dark Scar, you'll like overhear
If
this
I-
behind you.
Yeah, if I hear that, I'm gonna try to get her out of here.
All right, what's your plan? I mean, you may have ordnance that could blow it open, like blow the Tannis apart. Like she's in what was liquid Tannis and solidified. So
I'm gonna try to free her, but I know that this guy is probably not gonna let me.
yeah, he's probably not. Dark Scar's gonna get a single like round of
I'm
things
gonna
because he
do
overheard.
I'm gonna use breakdown.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
nice.
That's perfect.
That's a good use of that power.
Yep.
I actually totally forgot you were a breaker.
That's okay.
That's amazing.
I forget every other day. So that's smart. No, that's ranged. So it's just my my transmute roll.
Yep. And the nanobots wouldn't really make any noise either.
Is 5 good enough?
That's a success. That means you get to roll your damage. All right. Ron, you get a Benny.
Thank you.
12 damage.
Oh. And he just did another Benny. I just cleared one. All right. 12. Yeah, it loosens like enough. Oh, Darla gets a Benny. It loosens just enough. I got to deal initiative because every like moment's gonna matter at this point.
Damn it.
Oh, Mason, you got out of stun with a race, so you
Yeah,
technically
I
would have an
know.
action. If there's something you want to do, you can do it before I deal initiative.
I don't want to hurt anyone or get hurt. Can I do that?
Yeah. I believe that's called nothing. Yeah. All right.
But he does it pragmatically.
Ooh. All right. So, Dark Scar, you have a Queen of Diamonds.
Yeah, I do.
I'm gonna grab one of these bennies because Saskia, you have a Joker. Everybody gets a Benny.
Yay. Good job, Manitou.
Mason, you have a Jack of Hearts.
I'm going to spend a Benny to get another card, please.
Well, Well, everybody gets another Benny. Because Mason, you have the what are the different suits of cards card, which is
Eh,
my third Joker.
Funny. All right.
That's loading.
Hey,
All right.
The Joker bonus stack if 2 people draw them.
You only the person who has a Joker gets the +2.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Everybody gets a Benny. Darla, you have a 3 of diamonds. Andar, that's a 9 of spades. Mason, are you staying on hold?
damn it. All right. So Mason pulls his shotgun.
All right.
And kneels down in front of Darla to stop anybody from hurting her.
Nice. I'm gonna actually count that as like being on hold because you're
Yeah, actually, I was going to
readying
say I'm technically going to take the defend action.
okay. Because I was gonna say you could have pulled that shotgun on that. I don't know what to do for a moment. So, but yeah, if you want to
Right.
take the defend action, that's fine.
Yep.
So +4 parry. Saskia, you start on hold. You can act whenever you want, which means you can act first. What do you want to do? Or do you want to stay on hold?
I'm gonna cast Deflection on Darla.
All right. All right.
I have a question. Can the Manitou use my edges?
Yes.
Because I have quick draw.
Oh, you have quick, which gives you a second card.
Draw
Or-
2 additional cards when spending a Benny for an action card at the beginning of the round.
Oh, are you spending a
and
Benny
choose
for
from
an
any
extra?
available choices.
I was gonna say, are you spending a Benny for an additional card?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then you also have 6 of hearts and 7 of diamonds.
I got an 11.
You still go last. Damn.
It was something. I
right.
tried.
11 on my faith check, which I think means you get a +4 to your
Yep.
armor. Right?
2, 4, unless you use modifiers with extra points to make it more powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so deflection is -4 to any attack against her.
Yeah, there
That
you go.
works. All right, next up is Dark Scar. What do you want to do?
I want to grab her. Just
Yeah.
try to pull her out.
You've already like dissolved the fine layer of the stuff around her, so you can just go and grab her. Mason, do you trust that he's not going to hurt her because you're there like defending, or are you going to try and get in the way of this? You rolled first round, so you do know he let nanites out, like swarm the Tanites already.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust him because he's trying to protect her.
Okay. Yeah,
in his mind.
Dark Scar, give me an athletics check.
I really need to up my athletics really bad.
I have to tell you, I am struggling with doing what Mason would do and not what Ron would do.
Oh, but those are like the characters to strive for.
Totally.
Let me reinforce your Mason's intuition. I'm going to lean in and tell Mason, don't be a hero. Doesn't suit you.
No.
9.
I don't know if that's as
All right.
reassuring.
You rip her up and out and begin dragging her.
She's no longer. She was already. Was she still cuffed inside Tannis?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's hardcore.
So you rip her up and out. She's still cuffed and stuff, but
maybe that's for the best. She might still try to kill me.
So Andar is going to start shouting in a nook at Saskia. She is tainted by the darkness. If you save her, you are not welcome in this tribe anymore. Think wisely on your next actions. This is definitely an intimidate, so I need a spirit check from you, Saskia.
Don't listen to him.
The target is a 6.
He's just trying to ruin human and Nook relations.
Does he actually speak English, or?
He might, but he has only spoken a Nook.
Okay, so
I say that.
Have you not succeeded?
have a raid. All right. What did you roll? Because the target number is 6.
Oh, 3.
Okay. If you had gotten a raise, you'd be shaken. But instead, you are simply distracted. So you have -2 to your next, basically any of your actions on your next round. All right. This next one is a little unorthodox, but I want to clear it between, but mainly with Mason, because we know the Manitau's in charge. The Manitau is going to try and like make it seem like an accident of her legs flailing as she's being pulled away to kick Mason in the back to get that shotgun to go off and kill the Anuk.
Okay. Hmm.
So my plan is a athletics check versus your agility.
Okay. Let's
So
try it.
Darla, give me an athletics check. I have if did you give the Manitau permission to let it loose?
No.
Okay.
I was
I
trying to
didn't
get my
think
friends
so.
to help first.
Yeah. So give me an athletics check, Darla. Mason gets an agility check.
Oh shit. 7.
Okay.
7. Okay. You're done spending bennies on that then? You're supposed to set my stakes.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. I was
gonna-
excited when they both aced, but then they rolled a 1 next time.
Good for you.
So it's like a critical fail, but it's not.
Well, I got something that's like a critical fail just now.
Is it a critical fail?
It is.
Okay, so here's what I was gonna do. If she succeeded, you get a shot off. If she succeeded with a raise, you get a shot off with a raise.
Oh,
Critical fail, I'm going to say hit with a raise to the head.
Oh Jesus.
so that's extra d6 of damage plus 4 because
4.
it's to the head.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Okay,
Andy,
let me roll 46 plus 4 then.
Andy, since you're running in a Nook, do they get a racial bonus to toughness other than vigor? Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, well, they get a +1 per size.
Okay. Okay. So toughness of 8.
So 25.
Oh, that head's gone. And he has no bennies left. Also, this is not the time to spend them because this is,
Was that Andor?
yeah,
Used to be.
used to be.
Or as they would say in the Western, was.
Oh no, look what you've done.
As
is gonna-
Darla's being drug out, and she's just like, and her leg for like a half second, the camera would like show a glint of like knowing exactly what she's doing in the eyes as she just like mule kicks Mason. Mason just tilts up, hits the gun, and blows his head off.
Holy backseat of the car in Pulp Fiction, Batman.
I feel like this turns into full-on Avatar girl crying scene.
So here's the thing: a gunshot was just heard. The Anuk will trust a lot of you guys, but you were in an elder's house. And well, I mean, he don't have a head no more. She's being cuffed. And I know from what you said, Saskia, you're not gonna like give her up. And everything was orchestrated in a way to look like it's an accident. Who all's running away?
I'm not.
Mm.
I'm being dragged.
Well, no, you have use of your legs because you were like tied up. That's
Oh,
why your
yeah.
legs could kick and stuff.
That's right.
You'll just be running away. I was gonna say, who's gonna run? Because this is
Mason.
gonna be a bad situation real fast.
So, oh God, I'm playing my character. Mason drops to his knees and tosses his gun, and has his hands behind his head.
Saskia, if you run away, you will 100% be disowned by the tribe.
I can't run away.
All right. Darkscar and Darla. Darla, I'll tell you, Darla, you got the Manitau in charge. Yeah, you're running. I think that's safe to say, even if Darla were in charge right now. Okay. Darla's running. So Darkscar, are you staying with
I
the
think
one?
Darla might have given herself up.
Ooh,
She was in charge.
give me a spirit check. Because this would be the Manitou just got its murder. So technically, this is like in the gray area where it would let you go.
Especially seeing Mason do that.
Ooh.
7.
Yeah, so you start to run. The Manitou loses its grip. And you can give yourself up if you want, Darkscar.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look around for our horses and anything that resembles what I think is a saddle.
Nice. Give me a quick perception check. Or sorry, notice roll. That's a problem running D&D.
11.
Yeah, you spot a saddle.
I heroically run, grab the saddle, run to a horse, somehow start putting it on, and get
Yep.
ready to jump on the horse, go grab her, and get the hell out of here.
Nice.
You can tell me how much I can do this turn.
Yeah, this turn, I mean, you could do all three at a -4 to all of these things.
Okay, so let me rephrase how much I can do without actually failing.
Well, one of them's riding, so 0. But
Okay. Let's start with the saddle.
yeah, the saddle, we'll just make this athletics because it's a quick whip and pull and tighten. You're not looking to get this thing perfect. Which is awkward because it's like a giant lizard saddle.
6.
Okay, yeah, you got that. So we're dealing out. Well, Dark Scar. Just so you guys know, different color deck, totally different deck. Everybody get a Benny. Dark Scar got a Joker on the top of the
Nice.
new deck. Oh yeah, I got these bennies.
I have so many bennies right now.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 3. I forgot about. Saskia, you have a 6. Just in case anything changes and it's necessary. Mason, you got a 5.
Yes, 5.
Darla,
Alright.
you got a 4. And the
Or
entire.
did I?
Are you okay? Or you got a worse 4 or a 10.
I got a 10.
And the entire Anook village got a 6 of diamonds. So the only one who goes after the village is Mason. Darkscar, you
I'm gonna
get.
ride this horse even if I run out of
So
pennies.
here's the thing: you need to make a riding check and an athletics check. The athletics check to drag Darla up onto the horse if you're forcing her up there, and a riding
So
check.
she's on her own feet, right?
Right.
Well, she's given herself up. So how
Okay,
are
so
you?
I want to
doing
get
that?
on the
Running,
horse
I
and then grab
stopped.
her.
Okay.
So I guess riding and then athletics.
Riding and then athletics. Here's the thing. Do you want to do both in this round while you have a +2 to both, or do you just want to do riding to just have +2 on riding and not have a multi-action penalty?
I like your thinking there because this is gonna feel hard. And I have to decide now, right? I can't
Yes.
decide after I roll.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the +2 on riding.
All right. So give me a riding roll, which should just be a D4. You're untrained, but you get +2.
Anyone? A 4. It's a 4. That's
All right. That's a
4 + 2 -
success.
2. Yeah.
That's a
I'll take it.
success. So you're doing it. All right. So next up, Darla, you're giving yourself up. Is there anything you're looking to do? You don't fully remember what happened. You have like hazy memories. The Manitou got to the point where it was trying to get you to let the devil out while it was in control. So you do have some memory of like some kind of vision in a second you, but it feels like a dream. But that's about it. And a gunshot, like you hear a gunshot. You probably don't remember like actually seeing the head.
I don't know what happened, but if I run, I ruin everything. And it's the right thing to do. I should have a trial.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start walking back to the elders thing, look in the door, see all the blood, and just like start throwing up.
Yeah, I almost feel like when the accidental head explosion happens, it's like fear check. But yeah. Okay. So you spend your round going back to the tent. In the room, you also see Mason on the ground, like, uh, and Saskia is probably still there. Speaking of which, next up, Saskia, what are you doing? You are still in the tent. Darla has come back, tied up, looking kind of confused. Darkscar is not back.
I feel like Saskia is just freaking out. Like this person probably kind of raised her, and she is like trying to mold Tanis with like what's left of his head and like scooping it together and trying to
Oh,
That's so sad.
oh,
do magic work, you know?
Benny, Benny.
She's like, Andor, no.
All right. So next up
To go with
is
Jonathan Colton, you got sad all over the stage.
next up is the village. 5 Anook are starting to head your way as they're going. Give that- Crazy. Ooh. All right, Darla.
Discussion will just be Dark Scar.
One comes up behind you to grab you. Do you resist?
I don't.
Okay, it rolled an 8. So yeah, you are completely grabbed. The other two. Finally, Mason. This is all going. You're seeing just sad everywhere with Saskia. You see kind of like the silhouettes of two, actually, yeah, 2 to 3 Anook, like kind of coming up behind Darla, and one has like grabbed her by the shoulder.
I'm just in
Isn't
a nook. I'm saying, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean any of this to happen. I'm so sorry.
yeah, Mason is in tears, apologizing because he, regardless of why or how, he pulled the trigger.
All right.
Please, please don't be angry at the humans.
That's gonna need a good reshuffle. Time to cycle decks. Quick side shuffle. All right, Dark Scar. 4 of spade or 4 of clubs, unless you Benny for
Can I get another one?
yeah. 10 of hearts.
Much better.
Saskia, 2 of diamonds. Mason, ace of diamonds.
Can I Benny
I mean,
that to get a new card?
you can, or here's the thing: is Darkscar and the villagers are the ones mainly doing things. Are you
Oh
doing
yeah,
anything more than just being sad?
no.
Because or else it's not much needed of Benny. Darla, 8 of spades, and they have a king of clubs. All right. I'm going to have the one who grabs Darla have to make a quick spirit check because this is like up there with Saskia of, Papa just lost his head.
Oh,
All right.
bad.
4. So he keeps it together. They start dragging Darla. Or actually, that one starts dragging Darla. Another one heads into the tent and tries to grab Mason. I'm assuming you're not going to resist.
I'm not resisting, no.
Okay. At this point, they will not assume Saskia because you were literally grieving over the body trying to fix it. They ain't gonna let you leave town or anything without there being an issue. But
Yeah,
you
technically,
obviously,
you're the only one that knows you tried to like go against the shaman.
mhm. Yeah. We can if anyone wants to spend a Benny, we can actually say that him and Saskia were the only 2 shamans in this tribe. So small, which means no one else in the tribe
I'll
could.
I'll spend that, Benny.
All right, boom. Then yeah, they would have no other way to detect without taking her to another tribe.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
so they're going. Darla's being drug out into the street. That ends that. Dark Scar. You are on a horse coming towards you. See an Anouk dragging Darla out of the tent now.
I'm gonna ride up and grab her.
All
Throw her
right.
on the back.
Yeah. So we're going to need an athletics check at -2.
All right. If anyone wants to give me bennies after I
If
run
you
out,
if you
now's
at least succeed, he has to oppose.
first Benny, because I got a 4.
I was gonna say, do you remember if you have conviction, you can add a d6?
I don't think I got new conviction
Okay.
for a while. I at that one episode where we spent everything thinking everything would be okay.
It was still a crit fail. Hey, another crit fail.
All right, last Benny spent. Okay, so anybody got any bennies for me?
I'm gonna give you a Benny for saving me or trying to.
Aw. Right, I'm gonna spend it. If there's anything left in the pool, in the communal,
Oh, there actually is one left in the communal pool.
can I use it, guys? Because that was a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's still a 4 minus 2
Alright.
is a 2.
And then I was actually going to do this before Darla said it because of what we discussed during the bio break. And this perfectly sets up for just the inverse of that. And I know you know that. It seems like you're trying for that. I'm giving you a Benny.
All right, last chance. Let's switch D6s on me.
Oh wait, hold on.
Well, that's fine. He still got the Benny from me. If you're looking to set him up with one, you can. But you'll probably
Holding.
need it.
I'm shaking dice. I'm holding. Sure, what's up?
And shoot.
I just subscribed.
Which
So
does.
that's what, conviction?
Everybody gets conviction.
Hey, guess what I'm going to be using probably. Here we go. Rolling. So 3 minus 2.
Yeah.
That
What
might
was
still
your
bust.
best? I was gonna say, what was your best roll? All of those.
A 4 minus 2 is a 2.
2. All right. So you're starting at a 2 before you add conviction.
Ah, conviction does not ace, does it?
No, it does.
Oh. 10, 12.
12. All right. Well, there's a chance he beat you, but no, he rolled a 3. So with a raise, you yank Darla and throw her on the horse and start riding through the rest of the village.
No, what are you doing?
We're getting the hell out of here. These
I'm
people
going
are
to
just as nuts as you were earlier.
do a real quick dark scar. Trying to think how to handle this. Yeah, we'll just do one more round of initiative.
I know what I want to do.
Okay, yeah. One more round of initiative.
You want to zigga zigga?
Dark scar. King of heart.
The king
Yeah.
of my heart.
2 of hearts. Mason. Everybody gets a joker. Or everybody gets a Benny.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just ran out. Sweet.
Darla, 4 of spades. Tribe,
Or did I?
10 of diamonds. Oh, all right. 3 of spades.
Technically, that 10 of diamonds would have been.
My quick
8
draw
of
is not
clubs.
very good. That'll do.
So Mason, you said you know what you want to do. You got a joker.
If I can, I'm going to grab up my shotgun and take a shot at the horse that Dark Scar's on.
Yeah, you can.
Why would you do that?
Because yeah.
I think
You're
I've got
wants-
the.
justice.
He wants to be here.
Here's the thing to note: if you miss and roll a 1 or a 2 on your shooting die,
Oh,
hit Darla.
That's
She's on
okay.
the
It
back.
won't hurt.
oh my God. Is this a hill that Mason wants to die on?
No, it's not you who's going to die. It's going to be.
Dying's not so bad.
Stop.
Been there, done.
All right.
Be
yeah,
careful.
I'm
She's
doing
already. She just registered for a live journal. Darla is dangerous.
I'm doing it.
no.
I have a
Going
plus
on.
4.
Yeah. That's good. Oh, 12 is short range. Yeah, you're still.
That's actually a 14 to
Oh,
hit
that's
the
a hit
horse.
with a raise.
My poor horse.
Used to be. What's that from before? Was.
Can't believe
Horse.
I just cheered
You
for all-
remember, horses are size large. Even an extra has a wound.
All right. Ooh, that aced. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's 21.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, plus 2, so 23.
How dare
I
you
think
role play?
Wyatt just gave the horse a Benny.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. I also have 3 bennies I've been building from Jokers. So, like, I mean, the horse doesn't have a good chance. Because toughness of 8 is 2 more minus 10, 15. So 3 wounds. If I soak 2 of them, the horse doesn't die.
True.
Can it still walk?
It would be shaken.
No, it would be wounded.
Yeah, it would be wounded and shaken. So its pace would go down by 1. Horse would also have pace. Vigor is 8. It is not a wild card. It is just a horse. 10. That is 2 wounds, leaving it wounded. I'm going to spend Wyatt's Benny specifically, just in case.
No animals were harmed
Nope.
in the making
2.
of this Twitch stream.
It wounds the horse. Dark Scar. I need a riding roll as the horse bucks.
Oh, good lord. I'm spending my last penny. Die. Or holy shit, please, please.
Who shot my horse?
7 minus 2 is 5.
You're good. You're good. And since you rolled an 11 to throw Darla up there, I'm going to say she's up there secure enough. All right. It then becomes Dark Scar's turn. I'm not even going to roll. I'm just spending a Benny for that horse to not be shaken.
I'm riding.
Yep. It has a pace of 11 right now. So are
I'm
you
just
looking
putting it
for
on
are you looking for it
autopilot.
to like run? Okay. Just let it do its thing. I mean, you stayed on the back. That horse is going to run as hard and fast as it can away from that shotgun.
We're going to RUN and LFT.
Yeah. Because here's like if a horse ain't a dumb animal, it's gonna try and make sure it doesn't run into anything, and it's gonna get away from the thing that shot it. So you held on. You're not caring where you go just yet. That horse. Yeah, it has fleet-footed, so it has a D8. 16 paces.
Heck yeah.
It's booking it away. 16 paces. I mean, this is again, it's a small village. 16 times 6 is almost 100 feet. It's a good bit of a village.
To buy her some, to buy them a little bit of time, but also try to say something to the villagers now. Can I do something?
Yeah, what do you want to do? Because you would still have a turn in the round. We're next.
I was going to say that Saskia comes out and she's taken some of Andar's blood and put like ritual like symbols on her forehead. And she's got her staff and she like calls out to the villagers. And I was gonna make a persuasion check before I say anything, but I'm gonna use my conviction.
Yeah, using your conviction. Nice. Yeah, give me a persuasion check, then add a d6.
11.
All right. So success with a raise. What do you say to
I say, no one will die here this day. As this tribe's new shaman, it is I who states what happens in regards to Tanis. This is by, and she's like, it is my decree that all of this happened due to Black Tanis, which is a threat to not only the humans, but to us as well.
several of the Anooks are just like, ah, and a bit in fear. Here's the thing. Dark Scar, even if you heard this, you can attempt a riding roll to get your horse to stop, but I doubt it's going to succeed. Just-
I'm gonna say we're gonna keep going.
yeah, I was going to say, well, even if you say no, you got to fight that horse for it.
Is it a fair assumption that as a fine, a well-oiled machine of a team as we are, that we have a location that we're going to go meet up if we get separated?
If you drop a Benny, you can.
Yeah, I'll drop money for that.
Okay.
That's good because I don't have one.
All right, yeah. So there is a meetup location. You say this, it kind
We
of
might not
stops,
get there right away, but
stops some of them. The thing is everyone who knows what happened in that tent is either you guys or dead.
Mhm.
Some qualify as both. Which means, first of all, was not expecting Andy Satsukia to do a coup. I am now the shaman of the tribe, and I have spoken.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
No,
you deserve money for that.
Here's the thing. There is still definitely going to be inquiry. He was killed by a shotgun. Mason, I assume, since you gave yourself up, you're going to admit it was you and tell your story, or what are you going to tell them?
I'm going to tell the truth of what happened. I was holding the shotgun to stop the ranger from being harmed. As she was being dragged out of the Tanis, I was kicked from behind and the shotgun went off.
All right. Satsukia, give me a persuasion roll to support, because you can also point out things like, it's not just the Rangers, it's Darla, which Satsukia would be able to point like things they specifically have done with the tribe, and that'll support Mason.
And I'm doing persuasion, I'm guessing, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That being said, can I support with my faith?
You can at a -2.
Oh, okay. I'll just do my persuasion.
Because I mean, as many they know you can work the task. You're not the only one that can work the task. You're probably one of the few that are like shamanistic powers.
Right.
But I mean, the Anuk aren't stupid. The other shaman just died, and our only other magic users coming out going, "I'm now in charge of the tribe. Listen to everything I say."
You're right. That didn't look so good.
but
You sound good.
they're
I
grieving.
think it
They're
looks
probably
great.
Yeah.
I got a 7.
All right, so you're given a +1. So Mason, you got +1 to your persuasion.
That puts me at an 8.
I put you at
10 because I have a Joker this round, if that counts. No,
this would be out of initiative.
Yeah, it's still an 8.
Yeah, it's still an 8. It pushes you up to a raise, which is good because that's like no lashings or anything like I gotta come up with of like you'll be punished but not killed. No, they'll just be like, oh my god, this was a horrible accident. The Ranger Darla, because I assume neither of you bring up the like she's possessed by a demon type situation. So they'll just be like, oh god, this was a horrible accident. It's Satsuki, you trained under him. You're the only one who knows the true powers of Banshee. Yes, of course. Oh, this is
She's so
horrible.
covered in tears and blood.
And further, I shot at the horse because I was afraid that whatever's controlling Ranger Darla has a hold on Dark Scar. We won't talk about out of game how it's his penis that she has a hold on, but
That's what he's hoping.
That's what I'm hoping.
Oh my!
Oh god, Satsuki likes to watch. All right. So they do this. Their situation's gonna be like, they fled. What's going on? How do you guys explain the fact that Darkscar took Darla and fled?
I give exactly that's what Mason
Yeah.
believes.
Oh, so you are bringing up that I'm haunted by a demon possessed.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm
you are.
freaked out.
Okay.
Damn it, you are so bad at keeping my secrets.
All right. Yeah. Then they'll just be like, "Oh God, yeah." So we under.
Mason's freaked out.
I
What secret
missed.
is that?
I missed that part.
Hmm.
You would have had a +2 to your persuasion because they'd be like, "It was not you. It was the darkness in her. She needs to be killed."
Oh.
She is already like, she is culpable in killing our elder. You just said there was a demon in her. She needs to be dead.
Well, can't she like learn how to control it?
There is no
Or
controlling the darkness. To control the darkness is to be consumed by the darkness. I feel like this is like an old lady a Nook too.
right.
Like just do it. Just no.
No,
I don't know if I
She
can get
somehow is in
behind
a Nook with like
killing
a
her.
hunch. It's one of the few others that can speak English. It's one of the olders. It's not the elder because shamans are respected higher and everything. But it'll just be like, tell me, human, was she already dead?
I'm getting dizzy.
So at this point, Mason says there was an explosion and a black rock shot into her and her heart stopped. And after a moment, her eyes opened, but her heart didn't start again.
That is because the goodness in her stopped you. The darkness in your friend will bring her to the depths of depravity, and it will drag you and anyone near her with it.
I don't know if Saskia or I would be able to do what you're asking.
Give me a persuasion check.
Saskia would join if she ever hears this. Would be like, no, I will find another way because it may,
All right.
and it may, and she'll say
Benny's.
this. It may come to a point that not you, you'll probably die soon anyway, but someone that you love is in the same predicament, and you'll be begging that I save their life.
I
Yeah.
love you too.
Already die anyways. Ouch. Heart burn, Saskia.
So two bennies later, I got an 11 on my roll.
This like large elderly Anook woman will like reach up and with the massive hand just like caress your face. I understand your loss, human. Turns towards Saskia. Saskia, claim to be our new leader.
No,
Take
new
the
shaman,
human with you.
not new leader.
You know the responsibility, Saskia. Take the human with you. We understand the trauma the two of you have faced. You do not have to kill your friend. Bring her to us and let her face the judgment she needs. Do not have to think about it beyond that. Simply do what you know in your heart is right. Saskia, you wish to be our shaman? Do what leaders must do.
She would nod, and she's like, I think that my friend already wants to stand trial for her crimes.
Yes, stand trial.
but they're saying that they've already decided she needs to die. I'm not advocating for her to come back here if that's what is going to happen.
Like I said, I will find another way, but no one will die.
Your pilgrimage has been sent by your elder Satskia. Bring your friend to us. The time it takes is up to you. You have much faith, and Banshee has blessed you for that. Perhaps you are correct. I should also note all of this last part is fully in a nook because it's just Satskia. They'll just, perhaps you are correct. You can find a way to release the demon and save your friend than merely bring the demon for trial instead.
I will do just that. She would bow her head.
Do not return to us until your pilgrimage has completed or face shame.
She nods and she's like, "And what will you do without a shaman?"
We will survive, Satskia. What would have happened if the demon killed both you and the shaman? You would be in the same place.
She's like, "Well, don't count your terrasks or whatever they're called before they.
Damn.
There's still time for that."
You are one sassy motherfucker, Saskia. Do I look like a bitch to you?
Yeah,
No.
a particularly old one.
But you have been told. You have been given. You want to be shaman? Prove you can be a leader as well as being blessed by Banshee. Leaders make hard choices. Bring your friend. If you have this much faith that you can separate the demon from your friend, fine, prove it to them and bring them the demon instead.
Right.
Either way, if you're coming back to them, you're coming back to them with someone to face trial.
Yeah. And that's a fair trade, I feel like. What more could she ask of her people, you know?
So, with that, Deadlands, it gives you those hard choices.
Remember that time when we were like, should we go into space to another meteor? Or, hey, it's all going to be good.
You see, that was the time before the crit fails happened.
That's fair.
This is a darkest timeline. You guys are 2 crit fails deep now.
Remember back in Game That Was?
I'm telling you, Ron, go watch the archives of our other streams. You'll see, like, when the crit fail just makes the whole story go, oh, it went dark now.
Yeah.
It was already kind of dark when we when I got possessed in the first place. Semi-possessed.
Well, yeah, that was the first layer of crit fail. Then the second layer was the gone head. So with that, I assume here's the thing though. You guys have succeeded. They understand your plight. Like these, well, they're saying like we need to kill your friend. Understand as far as they're concerned, your friend already died. What is inside of her is evil and just killed their elder, but is also basically an evil demon and abomination of like the literal planet god they worship. So they're like, we feel bad about what we're telling you to do, but like if your friend was biting the heads off of children, we would tell you to do something about your friend type situation. Like,
children, you say?
Need to tell you about your friend Vlad.
Yeah, like we get it, it's your friend, but that's the thing. They're being very sympathetic of the fact that we understand this is your friend. This will be hard because it wasn't. The funny thing is, like, if Darkscar were the one that got possessed, they'd be like, "Oh, this is bad," but like, just kill him. But it turned out like the dice determined Darla. They know who Darla is. Darla's a friend of this tribe. There's actually a lot of people in this tribe that it saddens.
Yeah, like I've been playing into I'm driven to like repair human and Nook relations. I was like That's why I have to just turn myself in, you know, and I fought to do that. And, you know, you can't let
So,
this ruin our relationship.
so here's the real interesting thing, though. They're gonna help you. They'll give you guys the supplies you need to like head and go find your friend. Now, it's not like here have infinite stuff, but like you have your own lizard. Mason, you would technically actually have a horse because only one horse got taken.
Yeah.
They'll give you guys like food provisions and some extra water because they basically go, what is in your friend is dark, wicked, and clever. You may think you know where your friend is, but you may be outsmarted already. Understand even the most direct even the most direct resolution may take longer than you expect. So they give you food, water, all the stuff you might need for that. You guys head out. Now, I assume your bug out location's kind of like the halfway point between the tribe and the town if it's bug out for both of you.
That makes sense.
What are there any land features around here? Like,
It is well, we're going
I would assume
Peter.
it's like a cave.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's a
yeah, that's what I
cave,
was thinking, like some kind of cave.
full on cave. Now, here's the thing. This is the part I was able to talk to Rob about, but I didn't get to talk to you too much about it, Shar, because it was during bio break and you came back last minute. So if there's objections, let me know. But given what we know of your character, given what we know can happen, and given the fact that this is a good time to tell everyone next week we will not have a new episode of Lost Colony. 3 out of 4 of our players will simply not be in town. But the week after, 2 of the players won't. Which is why when Saskia and Mason get to the cave, they find signs of a struggle, they find blood, and they find Dark Scar's voice modulator.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Voice
What?
modulator that gets me.
I haven't
Yeah.
really been getting my mileage out of it this week, but
Well, the good news is you won't need it when you come back.
But that is where we will end this
Wow.
week's session. So we will catch everybody in 2 weeks. Honestly, we don't know if we'll be running reruns next week or if we'll be running a one-shot Wednesday because I have to organize it. But stick on the Twitter and our Discord and all of that stuff. Go on the Twitter, but
The Twitter, the Facebook.
Yeah, all the stuff down in the
the
Twitter
tubes.
doobly or on the Twitch doobly doo has links to all those places, and we'll
The
announce
Twitchily-do.
the Twitchily do. I actually love that. The Twitchily do. So down the Twitchily do, we have links to all of our social media and all of that stuff. We'll announce what's going on next week. But with that, we're just gonna say bye, everybody. So bye, everybody.
Bye.